Hello everyone, we're very excited to be walking through this top 10 list today. Today we are going to talk about the 10 largest RIAs in the New York City metro area. If you're watching this video, you obviously are familiar with the New York City metro area, obviously a hotbed of investment management and asset management. You can't really throw a stone without passing an investment firm or a wealth manager. As wealth managers get more and more entrenched in the investment landscape, whether it's the rapid adoption of alts, their continued allocations to long-only equities and fixed income, it's important for fundraisers to know who to call on when you're going to the Big Apple. Today, like I said, we'll just walk through the 10 largest, but there are tons and tons of RIAs in New York City that you can check out in Dakota Marketplace with key contact info, information about their asset class allocations, and their investment appetites. Starting at the top, we have Brown Advisory. Brown Advisory is a huge firm. They have a wealth management arm, and then they also have an asset management business. You'll find that many of the firms on this list have both sides of the business as well. Brown Advisory rings in at roughly $150 billion. Our notes say $148 billion under management. So right there, and again, going to start our list as the largest in New York City. The next RIA you have here is Hightower Advisors. Many of you may consider them a broker-dealer. They're sort of a hybrid situation where they have many teams that wrap up underneath of them. If you're not familiar with Hightower, they can be a hard cookie to crack with a presence nationwide, similar to Brown Advisory. But focusing on New York City, we have Hightower Advisors as the second largest RIA with $108 billion under management. Next, at number 3, with a similar size, we have Bessemer Trust. Bessemer Trust, another massive RIA right in the heart of New York City. You can call on them, again, with all key contact info in Marketplace, and they bring in roughly $100 billion. Rockefeller is another RIA that functions somewhat similar to a broker-dealer or a wirehouse, where they have financial advisors that wrap up underneath and different teams around the country. You can call on Rockefeller advisors at the home office and then all of those individual teams. Rockefeller Capital Management has roughly $95 billion under management. Next up, we have Cerity Partners. If you listen to the Dakota Fundraising News podcast or to Dakota Live or Private Fund News Live, you've heard this name before. A serial aggregator, started in New York City and now has been buying stakes in RIAs around the country. Even right here in our backyard in Philly where I'm recording this, they've made a recent acquisition of Permit Capital. So now they're wrapping up underneath Cerity as Cerity Philadelphia, just something to keep note of. But at a high level, Cerity Partners, huge aggregator, headquartered in New York City with $50 billion under management. Next up, we have Silvercrest Asset Management. Like I mentioned, a lot of these wealth managers have multiple arms, particularly in New York, where they're managing tons and tons of assets. Silvercrest Asset Management, with their wealth management business, $28.5 billion under management. And then again, like I mentioned, they do have obviously an asset management arm as well, where they manage some of their own strategies. Next up, at a similar size to Silvercrest, we have Royal Alliance Associates. They ring in right at about $28.25 billion under management, 28.2, and you can call on them when you're in New York. Definitely a meeting you don't want to miss. Next up, we have FFT Wealth Management, formerly known as the Forbes Family Trust. Started as obviously a family office and multifamily office, and now has grown to be a $27.6 billion powerhouse with offices in New York City and West Palm Beach. Next up, at $26.5 billion under management, we have Alti Tiedemann Global, which is the 9th largest on our list of New York City RIAs. At a similar size of $25.9 billion under management, creeping up on that 26 mark, maybe even they've hit it by the time I'm done recording this, is BBR Partners, another acquirer that you maybe have heard us talk about on the various different content that you consume here from Dakota. Definitely have been in the news and definitely been growing rapidly. BBR Partners, someone you do not want to miss. That'll wrap up our list for today. As everyone knows, New York City, a hotbed of asset allocation. As you think about planning your trips, you can call on all of these RIAs and many more, as well as all the other investor channels using Dakota Marketplace. If you have not yet, please book a demo below. Thanks, everyone.